Hey, I was just about to turn it off and go to sleep and I accidentally pressed record or whatever it is. Wait, Hi. I was just about to lay down and go to sleep and I accidentally press record. So it doesn't, I wasn't going to look at you. I'm just about to lay down and go to sleep. So I'm going to lay down and go to sleep. Yeah. Hi. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to lay down. I was going to do like 3,000 push-ups. I got so tired doing all these little things. Cleaning the countertop, stuff like that. And just kept doing it and kept having to pee here and there. Must have peed 5 or 10 times. And had to wash my hands afterwards, keep the house clean so I can show it. And I just got really tired. I said I'll just pick up the camera and get out of YouTube filming and lay down in the bed and go and do something else. And I accidentally pressed record, or whatever they call it. So it's a live video right now, and I just laid down in the bed. I feel pretty good looking. I feel good looking. Hi. You can't tell what I look like. It looks like there's a filter on my face. Hi. Hi. Hey. Now it's like under lighting. Hi. Hi. Yo. I'm gonna lay down because I don't feel that great for being on camera right now. That's why I decided to lay down and go to sleep. Go to sleep. I can't wait to go to LA. I can't wait. I can't wait to go. I don't have to die here. I may have 60 more years to live. I may end up like Walt Disney and a movie star. I have things to look forward to. Like Walt Disney for real movies instead of just animation, instead of mostly animation. Or like Stan Lee. I can come up with 100 original movies and all my own original characters that I write. I'm a screenwriter. I've done 3 of my own movies. Really good quality. Rednecks is a little less as good quality. There's some flaws in it, and I used to try to make my work flawless, but God says there's flaws in everything. I worked on the movie. It was supposed to be a timeless, flawless work of art to go into the universe, but it's not. Nothing is that way. It'll be all destroyed in the lake of fire one day. All our earthly works. It has a little bit of sin in it, so it has to be destroyed, no matter how beautiful or good our earthly works are. But hey, we're alive and we get to do cool things with on earth. So I got good looking again. I lost enough body fat. Beep 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 da beep bop. No, I don't want to laugh like a fat guy. Fat guy. I want to be this. I'm sorry. I want to be a skin. I want to be a really strong, really athletic, shaved off of my body hair so it looks really young, really good looking guy. And that's where I kind of am. Maybe if I lose 10 or 20 pounds, lift some huge weights right in this video, I'll look good, that good. I just have to lay down. I don't have the energy to do a big workout. That's what makes me feel happy. That and knowing that my kids are okay in God's work. But God's work. And I might want to start a new family. Because Danica won't be with me. I shouldn't even mention her name. I want to meet someone new. I want to have things to look forward to again. I'm gonna lay here. I'm so tired. This is gonna be so amazing. I'm gonna make the entire movies and musical movies with studio funding. That's my goal. I have a huge resume in this stuff. I've done it for 20 years. I'm the one who can do it more than other people who just have a short film or something. And I'd like to be the lead actor. And I can do it. mountain. Don't do that, Madonna. Don't. Don't do that, Madonna. That's scary as shit. A woman being like Madonna. Because Madonna may have been with a bunch of men. She had, since the 80s, don't do that. That's like a dog's butt. Don't do that. If you want to be with me, I'm 50 Cent. I'm 50 Cent. Oh man, she should be ashamed of doing that. This ain't 50 Cent. This is this is uh this is they call me. I'm the new rap on the scene. Overlord. 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 No. I had to lay here so that I could do a workout. Maybe I'll just do a bunch of push-ups. Because I'm looking better about every day now. I finally. It's kind of cold or something. I feel like shit all of a sudden. I don't know what it is. It felt worse after I laid down. I don't know why. Madonna, don't do that. I'm probably gonna do a bunch of push-ups. I just feel bad all of a sudden. I don't know why. Just the past like minute or two, 30 seconds, I feel really bad. I don't like that scary stuff. Praise God, praise Jesus. should do a bunch of push-ups. Will that make me feel better? I should just do a bunch of push-ups. I don't want to. Maybe I have to fall asleep. Alexa, play Jerusalem.
Searching YouTube.
It, these this song has these like white people that look like Sims, and they have like really clean clothes on, and they have these like flight attendant uniforms and uniforms, and they're all like really clean, good new clothes, and they they look really nice, and and it has them doing this dance, and they're not straining themselves very hard. They're not doing like really heavy weights or anything like that. They're just doing a slow. They're just doing a fun little dance that's easy to do. Anyone of any age could maybe learn how to do, and they're really nice about it, and they like dance, but it's not like a real dance. They like old people could do it, and they look like Sims in a video game, like the video game Sims, like fake people, but they're real, and they just look so happy, and it's like a feel good thing, and their clothes are so new. They have these uniforms on, and they have like but not like military uniforms, but like if it made him feel happy that it made him feel good about the military, then I guess he could think that. But it's just these nice uniforms, like a flight attendant, and they had like stockings on, like like a red uniform, and it wasn't to war or anything like that. It was like really, it was like calm, and it was just nice, and they did this dance, and they played this song. We'll play it. Alexa, play Jerusalem.
Here's what I found.
Alexa, play the song Jerusalem.
Here's what I found.
Why is it doing that? Alexa, play the song Jerusalem.
Here's what I found.
I broke it. No, I didn't break it. I tried to play the song and then it went wrong and really bad and it was awful. And I got angry and broke it. And it wasn't like the nice, calm video that I kept watching again and again. Like I watched, the thing that made me want to move to Virginia was that I watched in a movie theater with Danica, the Polar Express. It was an animated movie. And it was like this train that drove through the snowy winter, and people would drink hot chocolate inside the train. It was really calm and peaceful, and like it was really G-rated, like for like little kids, and and I liked it. I liked watching the movie, and it made me feel good about like going to somewhere where it'd be like winter time on a train, but I can't do it anymore. It's been too hard on me the winters, and I'm probably gonna go to a warm climate and work out more. And but at the time when I watched it, I was really young, and the winters wouldn't like hurt me or something or feel bad. Like the past 2 or 3 winters, I felt so alone that it kind of felt bad in the winter. I don't know why, but this movie was so peaceful, and it was like people in the warm train, and it was snowy outside, and they went to the North Pole. The train went all the way up to North Pole, and it was just peaceful, and it was fun to watch, and I watched the entire movie, and I really liked it. And then Derek and I went home. We walked out of the movie theater. It was so fun back then. It was so fun back then. And that was actually in Burbank, California, I think. And we were girlfriend and boyfriend, and everything was okay when I was with her. And then I asked her if we could go watch it again. And then we watched the movie again, and I liked it. I think we watched it 2 or 3 different times. And then a little bit after that, I decided I wanted to go back to Roanoke, my hometown, because I wanted to live in a house where there are like woods around it and a real house instead of living in a little apartment. And I could finally play my drums and not hear the neighbors through the walls and stuff. I don't know why it bothered me at the last apartment we lived at. It started bothering me because she chose an apartment that was next to the freeway, and it had these loud, noisy car sounds, and I hated hearing them. And I could just hear the sounds of the. It was like right next to the freeway, and so I went to Roanoke. But in LA, you can live places where it's not noisy next to a freeway. Like we lived other places that were okay. We lived in this really good apartment. It was besides having my kids, that would have been the best to go back to there. I was like 23 or 22 or 21, 22, and when I moved in with Danica, I was 22 at her Playa del Rey apartment, and there were almost never any people there. You'd hardly ever see anyone outside the apartment complex, and I was single for 3 years since high school, and it was at the beach. It was like 2 or 3 blocks from the beach, but Danica wouldn't even go into the water, or and we just never went to the beach for some reason. but there's a pool outside, and I get to swim in the pool, and it was like warm water, warm weather all the time, and and we were we were really young, and we got to live together in a studio apartment. It was a small little studio apartment, but it was the best. It was awesome, and she had cats and a little guinea pig, and she didn't clean. She didn't know how to clean, and because she had maids, her dad had maids, and he got her that apartment, and I had to live at the dorms with other kids, so she let me move in there with her, and that was amazing for me because that was like everything was okay when I had her because I didn't have to be like on my own anymore, and and then she was so messy, and she had this chinchilla. She had this chinchilla, and she let it out of the cage so it would get to run free, and it took craps all along the entire side of the wall. And when she moved in, it had new carpet, and it was a nice apartment, but she just threw water bottles everywhere, and I was like, I tried to save money and drink out of the sink because I was like, I couldn't imagine how she spent so much money on water bottles. She had hundreds of water bottles thrown everywhere, and there's cat hair everywhere. And when I first tried to move in, I could barely breathe in there because I was allergic to her cats. And then one day I cleaned up the entire place and vacuumed, and then I could breathe in there, and I wasn't allergic to cats anymore. And that's when I moved in. And and it was so weird. She let the chinchilla just run. It was like a guinea pig. It looked like a guinea pig, and it was like this little, like, and I didn't know what it was, and I said, "Why is that mouth so big?" I asked her why. I thought it was like a. I didn't know what it was, and we got to go to film school. I was in screenwriting school. I didn't get accepted to the film department, but I got in the screenwriting department, and so I worked on her film, and her dad paid for her film, and she made. Well, that's why before she made any expensive films, we made these cheap Super 8 films, and it was like that's why I liked her because she was one of the best in the class, and she got film was so good, her Super 8 film, that got chosen for one of the best end of the year, and I was like, I knew I liked her when she was that good at film, and that was the thing I liked about her, and I was attracted to her. Like something about her, I was attracted to her. That I had looked at women on a computer, and that's the type of women I liked, or girls. I used to call them girls back then because I was a kid, and I was attracted to her, and she did filmmaking, and I just missed being around her when I wasn't around her. I loved her, so if I was away from her, I missed her. Like it felt good to be around her, and it was like there are no problems at all, and it was sunny out, and um, everything was okay, and I was skinny, but I was worried if I looked good enough or not. I didn't know if my body looked good enough, and I'd have to get in really good shape to like take my shirt off at a pool. But I didn't. The only workouts I did were like push-ups, I think, and I was smaller because I didn't work out with weights. And then like I met her in, I guess it was the very end of 1999, and then it turned 2000, and I was 21 when I first met her or saw her in a class, but we didn't talk, and then I turned 22, And then the next semester, we were in editing class together, and the teacher put us in a class together. So God brought us together, but I don't know if we're supposed to be together still or what. Like the teacher chose us last. We were the last two people in the class, and we were afraid to choose one another. But she thought I was cute, and I thought she was good looking. But I thought, how could she ever like me? My self esteem was so low. I thought, how could any girl ever like me back then? And I had really high standards anyway. So like, if there's some kind of good looking girl, I probably wouldn't have been with her. And and then somehow they put us in a class together, and it was very slow. Like even the first few years, I didn't get to like that I lived with her. I didn't get to like be with her all the way, but it was okay because I got to like we still got to be close and everything. And then I met her about when I talked to her was about the year 2000 in editing class, and then I think from 1999, I don't know. And then both of our films, our Super 8 films, played at the end of the year screening. Mine got chosen for my class, and hers got chosen for her class. I think there were three chosen from each class, and so mine made it to one of the best at the end of the year screening or something. And and then uh and then the next year in 2000, she got a bunch of money from her dad. She thought she'd make a short film for like $6,000 or $8,000, but they kept getting more expensive because it was shot on real Panavision film, and to finish it, it ended up costing like $26,000, and it was a student film, and that's kind of common for film students to spend sometimes that much on a film. And her dad paid for it all, and I didn't have to pay any money, and I got to be writer with her. We were both writers of the film, and I was a producer on it, and she was a producer, and she was the director of it. She got to be the director of it, and then she made me a clown for some reason. She gave me a small acting role as a clown, and that was like in the year 2000. The year 2000, and I didn't spend any money in the film. I got to be a writer, producer, editor. I edited the film, and production designer. And then she was like 23, and I was 22, and then we made the film. We thought for sure it's gonna get in Sundance, and we'll just be really famous. We worked so hard in the film. Like I had to carry, I had to do so much work. I had to put together the entire sets myself, but I didn't know how to make a door back then that worked, and the cinematographer had to make a door for each room. And then it just got, uh, it won an award or a few awards. It went to like many film festivals. She she submitted she sent the film in to like 200 film festivals. She 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 mailed out each one, and it got into like 30 or 40 or more than that. And it helped her get like more popular on IMDb, but she hasn't gotten directing jobs with it yet. And then and what it did for me is that I got a production designer and producer credit, and then we graduated that. Well, I graduated that year. She graduated the next year, and and when I graduated, I started. I thought I had to go to work on movies. It was a really good idea. And instead of going home to Virginia, and so when I graduated, we kept living in the same place. We moved to Burbank. They're gonna not tear down our apartments or make them into condos. It sucks. We can never see that place again. They made it into condos, and they're probably and so anyway. So then oh I wrote to Full Moon Pictures. I found a job somewhere at Full Moon Pictures as production assistant, and I got a production assistant job, and they paid for my food, and then they gave me a raise, and they started paying me, and they made me production designer. So I got to be a real production designer. So that was cool, and it was on this real a movie by Full Moon Pictures, and also by Temp Video. This guy J.R. Bookwalter, who is friends with Charles Band. I think Charles Band did the Spider-Man. Oh no, Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi discovered him or something, but he just went back to a small town in Ohio, and he. I have a bigger resume than he does now, but back then he was like a kind of big producer, and he worked at Full Moon Pictures, and 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 he owned his own distribution company and has all these movies that he owns, and so I don't know whose resume is bigger, but I'm more popular on the IMDb than he is now, and but he really is a movie producer, but he went back to Ohio to start a family, and he has a wife and kids, and thank God he got to stay with them, and then and so then I worked as a production designer on that movie, and they paid me every week and gave me free food, and then I worked on production designer in another movie they did, and they ended up in like Hollywood video stores, and it had my name on the back of the box. And then the second movie they did was this movie with this guy who wrote the Blair Witch Project 2, and he was like the cool person they're gonna get to be director. And he was like, I didn't get along with him, and he fired me or something. But he was like, I didn't get along with him for some reason, but I kind of did, and then I asked if I could keep the production designer credit, and they gave it to me, and they gave me the production designer credit, and they paid me like I think $700 a week or something like that, or it was barely any. It was like a few $100s a week. But then I got this other job where I got 700 a week on Lava Lounge, this other indie movie, and and then I was making money paying my bills as a production designer when I was in my early 20s, right out of undergrad school. I think it paid all my bills, and and um and it made me sad. Like it was a bunch of work because I had to go to all the prop houses, and they had these prop houses where these huge warehouses of all this stuff, and that's where the movies would go to get props, or the old movie props, and I had to go there and thrift stores and all these places to get all the props and keep the receipts and stuff, and I had to get like everything you'd see in front, and I did all the design, and I designed on Lava Lounge. I designed this like multi-million-dollar house to look like a tiki restaurant. I got a huge truck full of all the decorations and tables and everything to make it look like a tiki restaurant from Home Depot. And I kept all the receipts, and then I had to drive back and return everything after they filmed the movie, and I got it for free. And I had to do all the work, and I was so exhausted doing so much work that I fell asleep on a hard floor in the guest house of the Malibu beach house, this real Malibu beach house, and in the movie Lava Lounge, and Danica got to be a waitress in it as an actress. And there's a girl who's a Playboy bunny in it, and I was like the production designer. And her boyfriend must have been rich. He had a really expensive car, and he was young. He was like in his 20s. This and they kind of talked to me and stuff, and they thought it was cool. But I was just like, I wasn't getting paid that much. I was getting paid like $700 a week, and plus food and maybe gas. And and she was a real Playboy bunny, the girl who's an actress in the movie. And and I just couldn't do it anymore. It was so much hard work, and I fell asleep on the floor because I was only getting like 2 hours of sleep a night. And and so then I was actually doing the work to make the movie good, and I wasn't eating any food. I would just drink so much caffeine for like 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks of the movie, and then I just couldn't function anymore, and I couldn't work anymore. So they gave me a production designer credit and said I could go home. And then I was sad doing production design. It didn't make me happy. And then so I went home to Roanoke in the winter one time for Christmas, and I filmed uh, my friends, Chris Hofer, and some of my friends that I remember. I made a short film for $200, like on a DV camera. My mom bought me a computer and a camera, and that's all she gave me. She didn't give me money for budgets of films. And I had a really good camera and a really good computer. And so I just made a short film because I was unhappy working in anything else. I also got a job at Universal Studios theme park. Not the real Universal Studios, but the theme park. And they said, you can't, this feels like shit. It feels like I'm about to die. I don't know why I keep talking. It feels like I'm about to die. I don't know if it's too cold in here or what. I feel like shit. I was on top of the world. I felt athletic. I felt really good. And then when I laid down, I felt like shit. Maybe it's because I refused to eat all day. I haven't eaten all day, and I just kept making crap because I wanted to lose body fat. And maybe I need more food. I probably need food. And so then I wasn't happy being a production designer. I wanted to direct. I wanted to be a big famous director. So I made a short film and worked so relentlessly hard on it. And then I wasn't really happy with that, and I wanted to be a lead actor in my own movies. And then I started learning. I started doing that, and I learned how to film my own movies while being the lead actor. And then I had to like. And then we got married and settled down in Roanoke, and that was pretty good. And then. And if she won't be with me now, I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably just meet somebody. I might have to meet a new wife. Because she hasn't talked to me much for 7 years. Probably should eat food. But I just wanted to lose body fat. I have to not be afraid to eat food. I think I feel healthier when I eat food. Sometimes. Not all the time, of course. But I've gotten in like way better shape. guess I have to eat some friggin' food. I feel really bad. I don't know why. I think that would be crazy right now to actually do push-ups. But I might try it and see if it makes me feel better. I think it might hurt me. I don't know. These are the choices I have to make to try to lower my body fat and look good enough. If I just did steroids, I'd have a superpower. I'd have way low body fat. It'd be like the better looking The Rock Dwayne Johnson, make $1 billion. I could eat more food. And I'd shave off my body hair so it wasn't like some gross. But I don't know. Maybe I can just eat more food. I'm too afraid to eat it, but I feel like really weak and not that good. I just don't want to look bad. I'm determined to get to California and be really, really famous at my films and movies and acting. I would feel bad when I laid down in the bed. I'm gonna start eating meat, I think. Because their vegan food in Roanoke isn't good enough, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'll just eat. I don't want to eat anything. Well, I have peanut butter here, and I'll save money on groceries. If I just want to get hungry, I can eat the peanut butter, and I have a huge bag of oatmeal, but I hope no bugs got into it. I'll just throw it away if they did. Maybe I can eat the oatmeal, but I don't want any bugs to be anywhere near it when I'm feeling this bad. And when I tried to eat, I was gonna eat the peanut butter. It was like a shit. Maybe I'll just be really crazy like I was when I was younger and just get up and start doing a bunch of push-ups. I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna do that. I wonder if this helps me feel better. Just gonna do a bunch of push-ups. I gotta pee first. I gotta use the bathroom first. My metabolism is super high. I got my metabolism super high. I'm gonna do a bunch of push-ups. This is really good. This is really good. I'm gonna do a bunch of push-ups. I don't have that much energy. I did 32 one-arm push-ups on each arm the other day. Not a fag. Not a fag. Now, get me away from them. The New York people in Roanoke I was friends with growing up. Not a fag. They say not a fag. Yeah. Hopefully this finally looks good enough. Looks like shit. What is this? Does it look any better? Here. Hi. Here. Hi. Here. Well, I guess you can see more definition on that leg and this leg. Trying to get like really athletic, but doesn't look good enough yet. I can tell because 0 people are watching. If this was athletic enough the way I want to look, that looks awful. Don't burp. This would look really amazing if it was, but it looks okay. I'm really strong. Looks okay, but it's not like screen off, so it actually looks high quality. I don't know why it doesn't quite look after I wiped all the screen lenses off. I don't know why. Here. That's okay. That's getting better. Woo. Hi. Okay.
It's me again. Hi. Yo. That it doesn't look the way I want it to look yet. Let's. I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah. Yep. I'd like to get more definition in this stomach. There's too much fat on it. There's too much fat on it for you to see the definition. Well, I'm going to go. Praise God, praise Jesus. Bye. Believe in God and Jesus and you'll be saved. This is John Birmingham. Believe in God and Jesus and you'll be saved. Praise God, praise Jesus. Bye. Bye. Rowan, Ivan, Ale, I love you. I love Danica, my mom, dad, everyone watching this. Praise God, praise Jesus. I hope you get into heaven. I'm not trying to be gay. I hope all of you make it to heaven one day and get to feel really amazing or okay enough on earth so there's no suffering. You make it to the good times and everything's okay. Okay. Bye. Praise God. Praise Jesus. Bye.